If you keep calling this politeness,
There's a good chance it's actually a safety strategy. You say sorry before you even know what happened. The apology arrives first, and your understanding shows up a few seconds later. Most people read fast apologizing as simple guilt. Maybe you are too hard on yourself. Maybe you hate conflict. That reading makes sense because the behavior looks voluntary from the outside, even when it feels automatic from the inside. And if you were praised for being easy, mature, or the one who smooths things over, the pattern can look almost virtuous. So the shame gets sharper. You wonder why a good trait keeps leaving you exhausted, resentful, and weirdly unsure of what was yours. In trauma research and relational psychology, one useful frame here is the Fawn response. Pete Walker helped popularize that term. It describes a body that moves quickly toward appeasing, repairing, or minimizing tension when connection starts to feel unstable. Polyvagal theory, associated with Stephen Porges, offers another piece. When your nervous system detects cues of social threat, your body may try to restore safety through proximity, softness, and rapid compliance. An apology can become one of those fast social repair signals. Attachment system regulation matters here too. Researchers like Alan Shore and Peter Fonagy describe how early relationships shape your sense of safety inside closeness. If disconnection once felt unpredictable, your system may prioritize reconnection before accuracy. Your feeling is real. Your first interpretation might not be. So the pattern often begins before language. A sigh changes. A text gets shorter. Somebody's tone drops half an inch. Your body reads that shift as risk, and it starts solving the risk before your thinking mind has sorted cause from assumption. That speed is important. Fast apologizing is often an interoceptive shortcut. Interoception is your sense of what is happening inside your body. Tight chest, hot face, dropped stomach. Your mind can misread those cues as proof that you did something wrong. Sensitive people can be especially quick here. Elaine Aron's work on high-sensitivity processing points to deeper processing of subtle cues. In a strained moment, that can mean you notice micro-signals early, but you may also over-assign meaning to them when your body is already bracing. Then the pattern persists because it works. At least briefly, the room softens, the text thread resumes, the other person relaxes. Your system learns that self-blame restores contact. Relief arrives, and relief is a powerful teacher, even when the lesson costs you your own reality. At work, this can sound like apologizing for a question in a meeting, then apologizing again for the follow-up email, then staying late to overcorrect for a problem nobody actually blamed you for. The apology becomes a prepayment against imagined disappointment. In intimate relationships, you may say sorry within seconds of your partner going quiet. You apologize for being needy, for bringing something up, for your tone, for the timing. Hours later, you realize the original issue never got discussed at all. With family, the pattern can feel ancient, and your body turns 10 years old for a minute. You rush to smooth, explain, or absorb blame because the old role was clear. Keep the peace first. Ask what is fair later. In friendships, it can show up after tiny ruptures. You send one message, then another, then a longer one clarifying what you meant. By midnight, you are apologizing for taking up space, while your inner critic acts like urgency itself is evidence of guilt. The first shift is simple and hard. Replace "I am wrong" with "my system detected danger." That sentence does not erase responsibility. It creates enough space to assess it. Name the pattern. Lower the shame. A practical move for this week is the 10-second pause. When sorry rises instantly, put one hand on your chest, one on your stomach, and exhale longer than you inhale. Count 4 in, 6 out twice. Buy your thinking mind a small window. Then ask one clean question. What am I actually responsible for here? Write the answer in one sentence, facts only. If you cannot name a concrete action, wait before sending the apology. Regulate first, interpret second, decide third. One thing becomes very clear. People who apologize too fast are often deeply conscientious. You care about impact. You notice shifts early. You want repair. Those qualities are real. The suffering comes from carrying responsibility farther than truth requires. You may also have learned that being the reasonable one kept life moving. So you became efficient at self-erasure. Quick apology, quick adjustment, quick return to functioning. Foggy on the inside. Right where many high-functioning people get lost. The thing is, your body does not care whether the current room is old or new. It cares whether the cues resemble what once preceded distance, anger, or withdrawal. That is why a small pause in conversation can feel larger than it objectively is. Sometimes the apology is really an attempt to get your own body back. If the other person says, "It's okay," your heart rate drops, the nervous system hears safety, so the behavior repeats because it regulates you, even when the content is inaccurate. That can create a strange identity problem. You start seeing yourself as the difficult one, the extra one, the one always fixing things. Your actual pattern is over-responsibility. So your self-image gets built around a distortion created by urgency. There is often grief underneath this. Grief for the conversations where you defended the bond before you defended your reality. Grief for how fast you learned to edit yourself. Grief for every time relief came only after you took the blame. And still, there is intelligence in the pattern. Your nervous system is making sense, even when your life doesn't. It found a move that lowered danger in earlier environments. Respecting that intelligence makes change easier than attacking yourself ever will. You may notice this most after the apology, in the quiet backlash. Tight jaw, mental replay, a delayed anger. That delayed wave matters. It often means some part of you knew the apology was too large, even if the room rewarded it. Repair gets healthier when accuracy joins kindness. Sometimes you truly do need to apologize. Sometimes you need clarification, boundary, or time. So the goal is not becoming cold. It is letting care move at the speed of truth. A useful sentence can be, "I want to respond well, and I need a minute to understand what happened." Very simple. It protects connection without assigning blame too quickly. It also teaches your body that pause does not automatically equal abandonment. If somebody punishes you for taking that minute, that matters. Fast apologizing can hide the quality of the relationship because it keeps conflict too smooth. Slowing down reveals whether the connection has room for your reality or only your compliance. So healing here often looks quiet. Fewer reflex apologies, more accurate ones. A little more silence before you assume fault. A little more trust in your own timeline. Sensitivity is not fragility, it's bandwidth. If this landed somewhere tender, you probably are not broken. You may be very practiced at keeping the atmosphere safe, even when it costs your clarity. Take a breath, name the pattern. And I'll see you in the next one. Which one of these landed too close to home? Be specific.